Hi everybody, welcome to Shock Factor video number 4. Again, I'm not here trying to intentionally scare anybody, but these are the things that you need to know before you actually get involved with the markets, before you actually participate in the markets with real money, with real hard-earned savings. You really need to know all this. And not only that, although right now we're on Shock Factor video number 4, we're going to proceed as we go forward to, I believe, around Shock Factor video, we'll progress up to about Shock Factor video, maybe around 11, 12 or 13, okay? So having said that, this is, well, in and of itself is already quite shocking. That means we have 11 to 15 or 11 to 14 different scenarios. So far, you've seen 3. This is the 4th one. That unless you know the solution as to how to resolve the issues, it is quite difficult to actually put hard-earned capital into the markets and trade it with confidence. Because if you don't know the solution to any of my Shock Factor series videos, especially one is quite bad. 2 is a Monte Carlo exercise to show that statistically there will always exist 2 groups, one winning group and one losing group. The question is how do you transition from the statistically losing group into the winning group? And how do you stop yourself from being in the winning group, being pulled down by statistical invisible forces, as I mentioned, through the Monte Carlo experiment in the short video 2, back down into the losing group. These are the issues that you have to grapple with, yes. And in video number 3, short video number 3, we did talk about being in a very random market. The probability of success is going to be quite bad, yeah, because your expectancy is going to be most of the time 0 in a fully random market. So the more random your trading setup is exposed to, you're exposed to tremendous randomness or randomization. Either it's endogenous or exogenous, as I mentioned in the short video number 3, is going to be a big problem to all traders trading the market, especially if you're using technical analysis. Now, if you're using arbitrage and using other forms of statistical, a different methodology, maybe you can actually sidetrack. You can actually circumnavigate around the issues, okay? But most of the time, I know 90% of traders, unless you're in a big financial entity where you trade very sophisticated techniques, okay, quantitative stuff and all that stuff, then maybe you can avoid all the issues associated with whatever I've been trying to convey to you over the last 4 videos. Over the last 3 videos. Okay, so this is short video number 4. Okay, again, it is shocking, and in this video, it's going to be it's going to be based on reality, not conceptual. It is what most traders do. Most traders use a 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio. Most traders, they risk a certain amount of percentage of their capital. I'm going to show you a real life example, okay, or a real life scenario, basically. And I do not actually intend to be pessimistic, but what I'm trying to do is actually the complete opposite. I'm trying to be extremely realistic and show you all the different shock factors that will affect your trading. I'm not even going to talk about technical analysis. I'm just going to talk about the money management side of it. So far, the first 3 you see is all based on money management, okay? I did not involve technical analysis or anything like that. And it is in and of itself already shocking. If you cannot solve the first 3 shock factor issues, do you dare to trade? That's the $64 million question. Would you put your own money, hard-earned money, into the market without being able to solve the first 3 shock factor issues? I suggest no, don't do it. Traders today are too optimistic. I come from the old school, trust me, over 25 years in the industry. I come from the old school. I can tell you, most of the issues that manifest itself in the market, most traders are not even aware of it. It is like an invisible force, something totally non-intuitive that they cannot understand. So I just want to give you this warning, okay? Do not put hard-earned capital into a market unless you watch all 14 to 15 shock videos and you are able to solve all the issues that I present to you. If you cannot, don't trade your own money. Please, this is my... I do care about people. I do care about traders and all that. I've seen a lot of failures in my... a lot of traders fail. Okay, they were so optimistic. I'm the worst case scenario guy. I want to show you the worst case scenario and show you eventually, the day will come, I'll show you how to resolve all this. Okay, but not yet. I really want to shock you first, because many of you, you come into the world of trading, into the universe of trading in this industry with, I mean, not all of you, but many of you are too optimistic. I'm telling you, just because you mastered technical analysis. Yeah, I know. I wrote the book on technical analysis here. Yeah, I know that. The handbook of technical is over 1,000. It was supposed to be 1,500 pages, but my publisher asked me to remove 500 pages. That's the hardest thing that I ever had to do in my life. And of course, you have other books that I've written and more to come as well. But the thing is this. If I present to you over the next 11 to 15 videos, shock factor video series, not even talking about technical analysis, okay? Not that much, just a little bit. And you cannot find a way to resolve the things that I'm going to show you, okay? The issues that I'm going to present to you. You have to ask yourself this serious question. Are you really confident in putting real money, your hard-earned capital, into the market and trade without being able to resolve any of the issues, especially shock factor video number 1. Shock factor video number 1. If you cannot solve that, you have a big problem. Forget all the rest of it, which is even worse. Trust me, worse is yet to come. But I do it in a way that I want to help you. Okay, I'm going to help people, to help traders to realize things are not so simple. It is very, very convoluted. Yes, it is. It's insidious. It's convoluted, and there are a lot of forces out there. The big market players, okay, the big entities that will take advantage. They will present misdirection in the market. That will misdirect you. They will trick you, put a carrot in front of you, but then yet it is not what it seems to be. Okay, and then you got unfinished business in the market, unfinished business like fair value gaps and all this stuff. But all that doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I implore you, and it will behoove you to follow me in the next shock factor videos, 4, 5, 6, up to maybe 11, 12, or 15. Okay, it depends how much energy I have to share, how much I want to share with you. It depends on how much time and energy I have. But I try to do my very best, my ultimate best. And once you've seen all of it, you have to sit down and ask yourself, should I trade the market? Should I get engaged with the market? Should I be a participant, a market participant, without knowing how to resolve all 15 shock factor issues? Do you dare? And not only that, will you dare to trade other people's money as a fund manager or money manager? I mean, 25 years in the industry, I can tell you things that you do not want to hear. Yeah, most people will just plug their ears up and just say, I don't want to know anything about all this very pessimistic stuff. Just show me the good things, the best case scenario stuff. And that is living in a world of illusion. When it comes to trading, you have to live in a world of reality. And I have to add on to that, reality is harsh. The medicine is very bitter. Okay? I mean, you have to trust me on this. I'm not trying to rile up any sense of fear or anything. No, that's not my intention. I want to show you the reality. And most of it is based on mathematics. It's provable. It's not just an opinion that I have. No, it's provable. So you have to take me seriously. I know I don't have many views at this point because I'm just starting after 2 years, but I don't care about that. I just, whoever log in, whoever watches my video, try to understand. It is worse than you think it is. Yeah. Most traders fail. And I'm trying to solve that problem. Okay. So that's all I want to say on a very personal basis. I know tonight or today, this video is a bit more personal. You can tell from the way I present myself and that's who I am. I'm very passionate about what I do. Okay. It's not about the money. I don't really bother about that. It's about getting the message across and try to help as many people, as many traders as I can. Because most traders are already hoodwinked, gaslighted, hoodwinked into thinking that trading is simple. Trust me on this. You have to trust me, it's not. After you watch the shock factor videos from 4 to 15, you will know what I mean. Okay, right now, you still are a bit unsure what I'm trying to convey to you, but just wait till you reach around 11 to 15 shock factor videos. A good perspective as to where I'm coming from. Okay, all right, okay, let's go. Shock factor video number 4. Let's proceed. Okay, this represents the 4th hurdle in trying to apply technical analysis in the markets. So let's carry on. Okay, let's go. Okay, I present you this scenario. Let's assume you have a trading system. Okay, you have a trading system. And let's assume that your trading system is fairly consistent. You are a master of your own trading methodology, your strategy, your technique, whatever it is, and you are able, for the most part, able to maintain a win percentage about 40%. That means that around, if you initiate 100 trades, around 40% will be winning trades. Okay, let's assume that. And let's assume that each time, and you have a reward to risk ratio set up of, let's say, 2 to 1. So each time, let's put it into dollar form, into an absolute dollar amount. Let's assume, just for the sake of simplicity, each time you win $2. But if you lose, if the trade turns out to be a losing trade, you lose $1. Okay, all right, okay. So let's. I think this is an error here. Okay, but anyway. So anyway, it's a 2 to 1. So the ratio is 2. So each time you win $2. Each time you have a losing trade, you experience a loss of $1. Let's make it easy, 2 to 1. Okay. Let's assume that let us now quantify our exposure. Let's quantify it. Let's talk about just every 10 trades. Just to make things easy, every 10 trades. Okay. This is of course an arbitrary choice, but nevertheless, let's go forward. So what is your profit and loss? Again, your profit is your profit, whatever you make from the winning trades, and you subtract that from whatever you lose from the losing trades. Okay? I'm sure you can follow me up to this point. If not, then you have a big problem. Sorry, I'm a little bit humorous sometimes. I just want to break the ice, that's all, okay? So you don't get too intimidated, okay? So let's say each time you win a certain amount. Let's call it the reward R, and multiply by the number of wins. Each time you lose a certain amount, which let's say each time you win $2. Each time you lose $1. You have a reward to risk ratio setup of 2 to 1. Okay? So wins, losses. So this is the basic profit and loss formula. This is basic in true accountancy, through all the different sciences. This is standard stuff. Okay, now it's not specific to trading. So each time you win $2, and let's assume that you have a 40% win rate. That means 1 win. Out of 10 trades, you win 4 times. 40% winning percentage. Loss 6 times. Total 10 trades. So you lose 6 times, you win 4 times. Each time you win $2. Each time you lose $1. So if you do the mathematics, 2 times 4, you win $8, but you lose 6. Overall, for every 10 trades, you experience a gain of $2. If you divide that by 10, that means for every trade, on average, you have a 20% win. Okay, for every trade, you win 20%. $2 over 10 trades, but it's 20% per trade. And this is what you call your average. Up to this point, it's just profit and loss. But once you divide by 10, this is now an average. So it's called an average profit and loss. And this is what you call expectancy. For those of you that are more sophisticated, you can use the word expectancy. But in essence, it's just representing your average profit and loss. Okay. So no big issue. So, okay, now we understand. Okay. So we have presented the situation, the setup, the scenario. Now let's go to the next page, if I can. So let's assume that now let us make an assumption. Let's say for the first 10 trades, you lost every single trade. So it's no more win, loss, loss, win, loss, win, win, loss, 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 win. No, every trade is loss, 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 loss. Let's just assume, for the sake of for this particular video session. So if you lose the first 10 trades, how much did you lose? How much? But each time you win 2. But you won nothing. Every trade was a loss. So nothing. No profit, 0. But you lost 10 trades. But each time you lose, you only lose $1. So overall, you lost $10 over 10 trades, over the first 10 trades. So if you divide that by 10, it's $1 per trade. So if you trade 10 trades, because every trade is a losing trade, overall you lose $10. Because per trade, on average, your average profit and loss is negative $1 per trade. So far, so good, right? Hopefully you're not getting confused here. So we call this negative expectancy. That means negative average profit and loss. Yeah, on average, you're losing money. Every trade you trade, the more trades you trade, the worse it's going to get, the more you're going to lose. Okay, so far so good. Okay, let's just keep it simple. Now let's press on to the next slide. It's time to take your Panadol, okay, or your painkillers. All right. Of course, I'm just joking. I'm just talking metaphorically, that's all. Next slide. So if you lose the first 10 trades, you have lost $10 over 10 trades. Here, assuming every trade was a losing trade, you have lost $10, which is $1 per trade. Now, the question is this: how many trades do you need to recover? Do you need to trade in order to recover from losing every single trade in the first 10 trades? Now, so overall, you lost $10, okay? How many trades must you do? Must you execute? Must you initiate? Must you implement in the market going forward in order to recover the $10? Now, so the assumption we're going to make now is this. Let's assume in the first 10 trades, you were just a beginner. You made a lot of mistakes. You pressed the wrong buttons. You have a lot of errors in your calculation for whatever reason. You applied technical analysis in a way that's not effective, not efficient. You were just very amateur or very. You were inexperienced. So let's assume you lost the first 10 trades, and this is quite common, by the way. For those of you who trade, to lose 10 trades. Now, let me go back to the other side. A reward to risk ratio of 2 to 1 is very common. Most traders use it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This video session is based on, in reality, is based on what most traders will do. 40% is quite normal. Okay, let me just assure you. A winning rate is quite normal. With a 2 to 1, that's quite normal. A lot of traders do that. This is very, very realistic. It's what happens in the real world. 5 to 1, 6 to 1 is a bit unrealistic. Most traders is either 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. 4 to 1 is a little bit pushing it a bit too far. But 40% is quite normal. 30 to 40% is quite average. Most people experience that, even beginner traders, okay? So I'm using real world values. Real world values, okay? So let's go back. Now let's assume in the first trade, this is the worst case scenario. You lost all 10 trades. How many trades must you execute subsequently in order to make back, just to make back, not to make any money, not to make any gains on it or anything like that. We are not that hopeful, just to recover this. Now let's assume that from this point, after the first 10 trades, after the first trade window of 10 trades, after that, your trading consistency, for some miraculous reason, it bounces back to being very consistent. So from that point, every 10 trades, you make $2 as according to your setup. every trade make $2. Remember here, every trade we make $2. Let's assume that after the first 10 losses, going forward, after that, every 10 trades you are now suddenly, your system suddenly bounced back miraculously and started to be super consistent. Super. Yes, exactly 4 wins and 6 losses. Let's assume that happens, okay? And this is the best case scenario. Now, if that actually happens, every 10 trades you only make $2. So you need 10, 20, 30, 40. You need 50 trades. Can you imagine that? You need 50 assuming everything goes smoothly, wonderfully, according to plan, no hiccups, wonderfully, over 50 trades, you trade like a superstar. And every 10 trades, you make $2. Oh, sorry, I had to have a sip of water just because my throat was too dry. Okay, let's carry on. So now you have to trade 50 trades, assuming your system is now working perfectly, which, as most of you know, that never happens. It never happens. But let's assume for the next 50 trades, every 10 trades you make $2 perfectly. $2. I mean, this is wonderful. Okay? But see, now we face another issue. How many trades do you need to initiate, to execute in order to recover from the first 10 trades that you have experienced some loss? 50 trades just to break even. The key word is just to break even. Now, let's be honest. How many traders out there, especially beginner traders, the rookie traders, okay, are able to sit and trade over a number of trades, and in this case, it's over 50 trades, just to get back to break even? Now, how many of you have the tenacity, the determination, the patience to do that? You know what I'm saying? We have a psychological, emotional issue here. This is one of the hurdles. I'm not even going to the worst part yet. This is just skimming the surface. You have to trade 50 trades just to break even, to make up for the first. For some reason, you lost the first 10 trades. And this is quite shocking. How many traders can trade 50 trades with just a view in the distant future just to break even? It's so hard. It's so hard to do that. For those of you who have traded before, imagine trading 50 trades just to break even. It's a tough thing to do. Most people will give up. They will give up. Now, that's not even the worst case scenario. This is the worst case scenario. If you are going to trade 50 trades just to make up for the first 10 trades which you lost, which is very exacting on anybody's, psychological, emotional, immune system, physiological stress, all that will be induced, I can tell you, okay? For most traders, unless you're the most nonchalant trader on the planet Earth, then okay, maybe that's a bad sign. It shows that you don't know the dangers that lies in front of you. I don't know. Just 50 just to break even. Now, this is the worst part. So far, okay, you understand what I'm saying. This is all mathematics, straightforward. And again, we have to assume for the 50 trades, everything works perfectly. Your indicators are working perfectly. Your money measures working perfectly. Your trade management, your post-entry into the market, trade management is working perfectly, which is actually quite unrealistic. But let's assume, okay, that's the case. So after 50 trades, you make back. Okay. Now, in reality, if the first 10 trades you already experienced 10 losing trades, tell me honestly. You have to be true to your heart. Okay? And also, you have to think clearly. Do you think this will happen? Or could this happen again? Could this losing trades happen again within the context of the next 50 trades? For example, let's say, okay, you're trying to break even, right? So you need $2, okay, of profit for every 10 trades going forward. Now let's assume over here you have two losing trades somewhere here. Instead of win, 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 two of the wins turned out to be a losing trade. Assume, because we see, when we come to money measure, we always have to assume the worst case scenario. We must never take the position of viewing something through the perception of believing that it's going to be the best case scenario. That is going to be suicidal financially. So let's assume the worst case. So let's assume that you suffered this loss, okay, and now you have two of the wins turns out to be losing trade here as well. Instead of four winning trades, you have two losing trades, two losing trades, two losing trades, two. So overall, from here, two plus two plus two plus two, you got 10 losing trades here. Now, although you needed $2 per window of 10 trades to recover back to break even, but these 50 trades also may, based on the worst case scenario, may also suffer just a few losses, not a lot, just one or two losses, one or two. Now you have a big problem. Now, you are not able to recover this, and you have created more losses going forward. So therefore, assume assistance is consistent again, 40%. But because of that, now instead of 50 trades, within that 50 trades, if anything happens within that, say the worst case, and you have a couple of losing trades, overall it adds up to 10. Now you have 100 trades you have to do just to break even. More and more trades. The more and more trades you have to execute, you have to initiate, you have to implement in the market, the higher chance more losing trades will occur. It's intuitive. I don't have to tell you that. Everybody understands that. And if that keeps on happening, which it most likely will happen, you are going to be trading to the end of the world, to infinity, just to break even. Not even to make money. You'll be trading more. Now it's 50 trades to break even. Then it occurs, a few losses occurs. Now you need 60 trades to break even. Then it goes to 100 trades, 200 trades, 500 trades. Honestly, who has the patience to trade 500 trades just to break even? Nobody can do that. What they will succumb to the temptation of topping up, put more money so they can accelerate. That is the mistake. That is the mistake. If you're going to top up in a losing system, you are digging yourself a hole that you may not be able to climb back out of. I'm telling you. It's a black hole that's sucking you right in. That is the problem. And you see, the whole issue is that you don't need to lose a lot of trades, just a few trades, one or two here, maybe one or two here, and you're already in trouble. And this is only 50. If this extends to 100, of course, you're going to have more losing trades because nobody can trade perfectly. And this is the problem I'm trying to highlight in hurdle number 4. Honestly, it doesn't matter whether you use technical analysis or whatever analysis. This applies to all techniques, to all strategies, to all methodologies. You get sucked into a black hole that you may never be able to climb back out of. Okay, let me just say it very, very succinctly and very, very directly. I don't want to be harsh, but you have to recognize, let me say that again, the harsh realities of trading. You see that? You'll be sucked into a black hole, keep on requiring to trade more and more just to get to break even. How many of you have experienced that? I'm telling you, many have experienced that. Forget about making money. Just to get back to break even is already a freaking challenge that is almost impossible to overcome. Because reality will happen. It will happen. Unless you believe that your system is going to be miraculously, for some unknown reasons, super consistent. Every 10 trades, you're going to make $2. For sure. For sure. Guaranteed. Which is impossible. Nobody can do that. Nobody can guarantee that. All you need is 1 or 2 losing trades. You don't even need 10. Just 3 or 4. Suddenly, instead of 50 trades, you need 70 trades. You can do the mathematics yourself. You just use the expectancy formula here, and you can reverse engineer. You can find out what the number of trades will be in order just to break even. Yeah, it's simple stuff, nothing complicated. But I'm trying to, what's the word I should use? I'm not sure. Because as I said, all my videos, especially going forward, is unscripted. It's unscripted. I just share my experience, my thoughts, and my opinions as to what somebody should do about this. Again, I cannot give you the solution now, how to solve this. That will come later. As I said, in the short videos, I just want to show you, I just want to present to you the shocking factors in trading. Things that it's not easy to resolve. And let me tell you why. Okay, now, before that, there's one more slide I want to share. Let's assume that your trading system has been going wonderfully, beautifully. Every 10 trades, according to your expectation, according to your prediction and all that, your projections and whatever it is, you make $2 every 10 trades. Wonderful, beautiful. This is amazing stuff. And then after 50 trades, suddenly for unknown you experience 10 losing trades. All these 50 trades that you've done earlier all goes to zero. So it doesn't matter when this occurs, whether it's in the middle, at the beginning, at the end, it doesn't matter. And this doesn't really actually have to occur. You got 2 losing trades here, 2 losing trades, 2 losing trades. This, essentially, you end up in the same situation. Can you see the challenge? Can you see the uphill climb the things that you have to overcome? Because, you see, none of us can always guarantee that for let's assume for this example, every 10 trades, your system will perform flawlessly and give you $2 for it. This will never happen. Once in a while, maybe, but not in the long term. So you can expect this scenario to occur again and again and again and again in your trading career, in your trading campaign. And then you're back to break even again. Now, let me just say something. Back to break even is considered lucky. Because if it's more than 10 trades, if you've lost 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, you're not even break even. You're losing money. You see that? So therefore, this is the reality. We come to the profit and loss formula. Whenever you win, you can control whatever you win by setting the take profit. Okay, whatever you lose, you can set how much you lose by setting the stop loss. This you can control. So anyway, this is a profit and loss. If you take all this, divide by total trades, this is your average profit. This is your profit and loss. This is your average profit and loss because you divide it by all total trades. So you end up with this. And so whatever you win from a take profit, assuming you win, and the number of wins, we go to the amount you win at a take profit, the amount you lose at your stop loss, multiply it by your win ratio because you divide by 10. But anyway, let's forget all about that. That's not important. The question is this: what is controllable and what is non-controllable? What is controllable is how much you win when you win, because you can set your take profit. How much you lose whenever you lose, you can control that because you can set the stop loss anywhere you want. So these two are controllable, perfectly controllable. But the problem is this: in this equation, if you have just 1 or 2 elements or parameters that's not controllable, like this, you cannot control how many times you win. Neither can you control how many times you lose. Let's be real. It is non-controllable, non-actionable. You can't do nothing about it. Forgive my bad grammar. You can't do anything about it. Not nothing. Just with 1 or 2 elements that's non-controllable, the entire expectancy formula, let's face it, the entire expectancy formula is non-controllable. It's whichever way the wind blows. Randomness will come in based on the first 2 videos, especially video number 2. Randomness will come in and it will affect you. Yeah. Nobody likes to listen to my message. Yeah, I give you the bad news. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, you can solve all this. I'm not going to give you the solution yet. Okay, later. I want to rock you to the core I want to rock you to the core up to a point that you lost total belief in trading, that you lose total belief in trading. Yeah, I want to bring you to that point. But I don't suggest you do that. You just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. Okay? I just want to show you the horrible truth. And this is the truth. Okay? So this video is not so complicated. It's quite simple as compared to what's coming, which is a bit more complicated. But yet I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. Okay? Just with a few losses here and there, it doesn't have to be 10 losses in a row. It can be sprinkled a bit here, a bit there over the next 50, and you're in trouble already. You are already buried. It's like sinking in quicksand, sucking into a black hole that you're trying to claw yourself out. It's a slippery slope. You see that? That can happen. It can occur in the beginning. It can occur later on. It can occur in between, sprinkle all over the place, and you have a big problem. How are you going to resolve this? How are you going to control something that's not controllable? I mean, is there a way to get out of this? This is the $64 million question everybody is asking. So sorry if I cause you any doubt or fear on it. But let's face it. We have to face the truth. We have to face the challenge. We have to face the ugly situation. We have to face the worst case scenarios. And we have to ask ourselves the question, is there a way out? If not, so far I've done four shock factor videos. If you don't know the solution to all four, do you dare to trade? Let me ask you that. I mean, one-to-one, human to human. Face to face, I mean, almost face to face, but would you dare? I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare. If someone showed me this 25 years ago, I will stop trading completely. Trust me. It doesn't matter what technique you use. It doesn't matter. Technical analysis or whatever. Elliott wave, this, that, pivot point, I mean, Heiken-Ashi, all that. I mean, I don't know. Ichimoku, Kinko Hill. But Elliott wave is the most subjective. But I'm just saying, it doesn't matter what you do, what kind of technical methodology that you're employing. All this, hurdle number 1, hurdle number 2, hurdle number 3, hurdle number 4, and going on up to hurdle maybe 11 to 15. It will affect you. It will affect you. You could be doing ICT, which is good. It's nothing wrong. It's quite a good approach. Not bad. I approve of it. But if you cannot solve this, you're still going to have a problem. Okay? So my suggestion is don't be too excited about trading. You have to embrace the negativity. You have to embrace, it's not actually negative. You have to embrace the worst case issues that you will face. And you have to ask yourself the question, is there a way out? If you don't have the way out, I implore you, stop trading. You just trade demo for now. Because the money that you lose, because you don't know how to resolve the issues, is wasted money. You just might as well give it to charity. Do some good of it. Don't waste it in the market, because you will not learn. Trust me, if you open a live account and trade and you lose money, do you think you can answer these 4 questions so far? So far, I only presented 4. Do you think you can do that? If you think you can, then please carry on trading. If you cannot, stop. Stop. Okay? Because I have your best interest at heart. I have your best interest at heart. Okay? I'm not like all the other gurus or that. They teach you wonderful stuff. Yes, it's great. And it's very, very invaluable. It's wonderful. But I'm the one that will show you the horrible stuff. Somebody got to do the dirty job. And that's me. Okay? All right. So again, that's the end of this video. I hope I ended on a happy ending. Don't get too depressed. We will solve this as we go forward. Okay? But first, I will show you all the challenges first going forward. Okay, again, thank you for joining me in this video. But again, I'll see you in the next video. But until then, take care, be safe, and as usual, bye-bye.